Year 2 of Major League Rugby continues as we find ourselves in the Big Easy, where one of the MLR leaders, NOLA Gold, welcome to town, the Austin Elite. Welcome to Gold Stadium, everyone. Lincoln Rose, along with Kit McConico. And Kit, well, all sorts of trains, planes, automobiles considered, weather trying to intervene, but nothing was going to get in the way of 80 minutes today.
That's exactly right, Lincoln. Austin, well, they're at the airport at 2 a.m. last night in the capital city, finally making it here to the Big Easy today and looking forward to this ever-important match.
The challenge for the Elite, squaring off against one of the top two teams in the league. We take a look at the table here in Major League Rugby. Last week, San Diego, with that extra game while NOLA took the week off, would ultimately claim the top spot. The Gold with a chance to reclaim that prize here today. Take a look at the other matchups going on today, including Utah, Glendale, and of course the weekend will wrap up with Toronto against the league leaders, the Legion of San Diego. But all of our attention squarely on this matchup, a big one. Austin, one of its best matches of the year, was right here at Gold Stadium earlier this year. A 4-point loss, one of the few bonus points they've been able to earn. And mind you, of course, against one of the top teams.
Austin's going to be looking for their first victory today, but it's going to be a tough task against, as you said, one of the top teams in Major League Rugby.
Take a look at your keys for the Austin side.
For Austin, it's about possession. If NOLA doesn't have the ball, they can't score. Slow things down. Take every opportunity you can to slow things down, keep the ball out of NOLA's hands, and just play free. Austin has had opportunities to get a victory. To get that monkey off your back, you're just going to have to go out there and play your game.
All the little things have gone the way of the Gold this year, and a lot of big things have gone their way as well. What do they need to do to keep the momentum going?
I'd say bounce back. They lost their last game 2 weeks ago by a single point, 25-24 to the defending champions, in discipline. Coach Nate Osborne said that was the key in his bye week. They lost that game in his estimation because of miscues in discipline, and they really have to keep things clean today and score. The top scoring team in the league, just keep doing what you're doing, make tries.
As for Austin, I know you have your eye on one man in particular.
Well, it's the lock, number 4, the captain, Ben Mitchell. No surprise there. He has been the captain, the leader of offense, defense, and the set pieces this entire season. And how he goes, well, so go the Elite.
And how about the home side?
Their captain as well, the hooker, number 2, Eric Howard. Absolutely outstanding last week. He had 15 tackles, a team high 16 runs. He had 72 meters gain, his first 15 of the week for Howard.
When we come back, it is the rematch. Austin Elite find themselves in the Big Easy today for round 2 with NOLA Gold, with points on the line here in Major League Rugby. Year 2 of Major League Rugby continues as we find ourselves in the Big Easy, where one of the MLR leaders, NOLA Gold, welcome to town, the Austin Elite. Welcome to Gold Stadium, everyone. Lincoln Rose, along with Kit McConico. And Kit, well, all sorts of trains, planes, automobiles considered, weather trying to intervene, but nothing was going to get in the way of 80 minutes today.
That's exactly right, Lincoln. Austin, well, they're at the airport at 2 a.m. last night in the capital city, finally making it here to the Big Easy today and looking forward to this ever-important match.
The challenge for the Elite, squaring off against one of the top two teams in the league. We take a look at the table here in Major League Rugby. Last week, San Diego, with that extra game while NOLA took the week off, would ultimately claim the top spot. The Gold with a chance to reclaim that prize here today. Take a look at the other matchups going on today, including Utah, Glendale, and of course the weekend will wrap up with Toronto against the league leaders, the Legion of San Diego. But all of our attention squarely on this matchup, a big one. Austin, one of its best matches of the year, was right here at Gold Stadium earlier this year. A 4-point loss, one of the few bonus points they've been able to earn. And mind you, of course, against one of the top teams.
Austin's going to be looking for their first victory today, but it's going to be a tough task against, as you said, one of the top teams in Major League Rugby.
Take a look at your keys for the Austin side.
For Austin, it's about possession. If NOLA doesn't have the ball, they can't score. Slow things down. Take every opportunity you can to slow things down, keep the ball out of NOLA's hands, and just play free. Austin has had opportunities to get a victory. To get that monkey off your back, you're just going to have to go out there and play your game.
All the little things have gone the way of the Gold this year, and a lot of big things have gone their way as well. What do they need to do to keep the momentum going?
I'd say bounce back. They lost their last game 2 weeks ago by a single point, 25-24 to the defending champions, and discipline. Coach Nate Osborne said that was the key in his bye week. They lost that game in his estimation because of miscues and discipline. And they really have to keep things clean today and score. The top scoring team in the league, just keep doing what you're doing, make tries.
As for Austin, I know you have your eye on one man in particular.
Well, it's the lock, number 4, the captain, Ben Mitchell. No surprise there. He has been the captain, the leader of offense, defense, and the set pieces this entire season. And how he goes, well, so go the Elite.
And how about the home side?
Their captain as well, the hooker, number 2, Eric Howard. Absolutely outstanding last week. He had 15 tackles, a team high 16 runs. He had 72 meters gain, his third first 15 of the week for Howard.
When we come back, it is the rematch. Austin Elite find themselves in the Big Easy today for round 2 with NOLA Gold, with points on the line here in Major League Rugby.
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to today's game against the Austin Elite. I am Ben Tarr, a current NOLA Gold player, and I'll be guiding you through today's sure-to-be thrilling match.
You won't be lost when you leave.
in need of a cool refreshment, visit the Mint Julep tent to celebrate Derby Day. Stick around after the game to watch the Kentucky Derby watch party. Proceeds will be going towards the NOLA Gold Foundation. Fans, please navigate to your seats and get ready to welcome the Gold to the stadium. The national anthem will be starting in just a few minutes.
might be the only camera out there.
Yeah, it's my first time here.
I didn't even see any pictures. You told me that was just 30 seconds.
Year 2 of Major League Rugby continues as we find ourselves in the Big Easy, where one of the MLR leaders, NOLA Gold, welcome to town, the Austin Elite. Welcome to Gold Stadium, everyone. Lincoln Rose, along with Kit McConico. And Kit, well, all sorts of trains, planes, automobiles considered, weather trying to intervene, but nothing was going to get in the way of 80 minutes today.
That's exactly right, Lincoln. Austin, well, they're at the airport at 2 a.m. last night in the capital city, finally making it here to the Big Easy today and looking forward to this ever-important match.
The challenge for the Elite, squaring off against one of the top 2 teams in the league. We take a look at the table here in Major League Rugby. Last week, San Diego, with that extra game while NOLA took the week off, would ultimately claim the top spot. The Gold with a chance to reclaim that prize here today. Take a look at the other matchups going on today, including Utah, Glendale, and of course the weekend will wrap up with Toronto against the league leaders, the Legion of San Diego. But all of our attention squarely on this matchup, a big one. Austin, one of its best matches of the year, was right here at Gold Stadium earlier this year. A 4-point loss, one of the few bonus points they've been able to earn. And mind you, of course, against one of the top teams.
Austin's going to be looking for their first victory today, but it's going to be a tough task against, as you said, one of the top teams in Major League Rugby.
Take a look at your keys for the Austin side.
For Austin, it's about possession. If NOLA doesn't have the ball, they can't score. Slow things down. Take every opportunity you can to slow things down, keep the ball out of NOLA's hands, and just play free. Austin has had opportunities to get a victory. To get that monkey off your back, you're just going to have to go out there and play your game.
All the little things have gone the way of the Gold this year, and a lot of big things have gone their way as well. What do they need to do to keep the momentum going?
Well, I'd say bounce back. They lost their last game 2 weeks ago by a single point, 25-24 to the defending champions. And discipline. Coach Nate Osborne said that was the key in his bye week. They lost that game in his estimation because of miscues in discipline. And they really have to keep things clean today and score. The top scoring team in the league, just keep doing what you're doing. Make tries.
As for Austin, I know you have your eye on one man in particular.
Well, it's the lock, number 4, the captain, Ben Mitchell. No surprise there. He has been the captain, the leader of offense, defense, and the set pieces this entire season. And how he goes, well, so go the Elite.
And how about the home side?
Their captain as well, the hooker, number 2, Eric Howard. Absolutely outstanding last week. He had 15 tackles, a team-high 16 runs. He had 72 meters gain, his third first 15 of the week for Howard.
When we come back, it is the rematch. Austin Elite find themselves in the Big Easy today for round 2 with NOLA Gold, with points on the line here in Major League Rugby.
The Eagles looking for a push on the try again. Absolutely brilliant. It's touched up the captain.
U.S. Cryotherapy offers cutting-edge electrically cooled cryotherapy, which has been clinically proven to reduce pain and inflammation, boost endorphins, and speed up athletic recovery. Our athletes recover faster, train harder, and perform better on the pitch. That's why Austin Elite only chooses the best and recovers with us. Mention Austin Elite Rugby for 10% off all services and memberships. Keep Austin chill.
Season 2 of Major League Rugby is up and running. 9 teams from across the U.S. and Canada battle it out every week for the right to hoist the MLR Shield.
What for the line? Look at this guy going over! The crowd has gone wild.
The intensity, the drama, the buzz, you've got to love it. This is Rugby America. Get involved, get behind it. It's here to stay.
This is our land. We are Central Texas. We are your team. You are our people. And get prepared. Get prepared for the fight. We are Round Rock. And be our voice. We are Austin. We are your team. We will protect our land. We are more than just a team. We are a brotherhood. We are rugby. Austin, show your voice.
Austin Elite about to square off with the NOLA Gold. We take a look at your lineups for today's match, kid. Again, Austin played one of its best matches of the year when they made their last trek here to New Orleans to square off against the Gold. When you take a look at this group for Alain Yardet, what stands out to you?
Very good second row for Austin. The captain, Ben Mitchell, Joss Larson, they're going to have to get involved both offensively, defensively, and on the set pieces.
Very few changes among the backs this week for the Elite, coming off their last match against Utah. Meanwhile, for the NOLA Gold, take a look at the men that Nate Osborne will entrust will help get them back to the top of the table.
Yeah, fantastic backs, 9 through 15, all impressive, but it's really that front row that stands out to me. Biden's the captain, Howard and Harmon. That is the guys who are going to do the work up front, 1 through 3.
And of course, both teams with some intriguing men on the bench available today with a chance to perhaps make their respective debuts for these two sons. So Austin Elite, of course, the story this week. Lincoln Rose, Kip McConico with you for the first time today. Let's check in with Austin Ivan down on the pitch. Austin?
Thanks, Lincoln. This NOLA Gold and Austin Elite matchup was originally supposed to be in Austin. However, due to field restrictions, the game had to be moved here to New Orleans. Talking with some of the Austin players before the game, they said they're obviously disappointed that they're losing the home field advantage, but they need to push through as they try to get their first win of the season. Another factor going against Austin today is they had a rough night last night. They were at the airport till around 2 a.m. before their flight got canceled due to weather. They then had another early morning today, flew out, and came straight to the field. The players admitted that they're tired and running on very little of sleep, but they said they need to push through for just these 80 minutes.
Underway, NOLA Gold in the gold tops today. Those clean kits won't stay clean for long.
No, that's exactly right. It is a wet pitch down on there. It's amazing how well it's drained. Actually in very good condition considering all the rain that came overnight and earlier this morning. The footing, it's spotty in places, but on the whole, very good.
Tonga cross midfield. First excitement for the day for the home crowd. Outline to Maupin. Trying to cut it back inside, flirting with the red zone now.
NOLA, one of the top offenses in the league, a team that likes to strike first. They like to score and put pressure on their opponents, looking good early.
Looking for the opener, the captain, Eric Howard will dot it down. Your second-year man with the gold, Eric Howard, the Canadian, able to punch it in for the opening 5.
Absolutely amazing. Eric Howard, the captain, as you said, made his third first 15 of the week a week ago. He is third in the league in tries scored, and the guys in front of him are backs. It's usually not the front rowers scoring tries. That is his 8th of the season. Howard, a force on offense for NOLA Gold.
Well, both literally and figuratively, Kit, Austin Elite arriving here in New Orleans never had their footing.
They did not. Lincoln, you and I were down on the pitch previous to this match. We talked to the Austin team. They were tired. They looked it. They were at the airport late last night. They flew in early this morning. A lot of coffee and energy drinks on the Austin sideline, and we'll see if this wakes them up.
Talk about energy drinks. They do have mint juleps here at Gold Stadium on this Derby day. Conversion is up and splits the sticks. 7 points on the board quickly. Just beyond the opening 2 minutes here in New Orleans.
And for NOLA Gold, the dream start, early try, and the conversion for Austin, not what they wanted. A team that had to get something going early. And Austin will be playing from behind from the very beginning.
NOLA had the bye week last weekend. As a result, they saw San Diego overtake them for the top spot on the table, but NOLA confident because they still have a game in hand on both the first and third place teams. Right now, Seattle in that 3 spot.
And NOLA, their place atop the table, finally taken away from them. They've got to feel a bit more urgency than they have since any point early in this season. Had that loss to Seattle by 1 point, have lost to Glendale, and difficulty with the win over Utah. Looking to get back to their winning ways, and off to a very good start.
Again, Gold moving so quickly. Here on their home pitch today, fortunately, there is a nice crown on the field, allowing for that drainage. Big hit coming through, able to hang on.
That's what Austin needs. Lerome White able to come through, establish himself, the loose head.
The man who's tasted a title with Seattle, this one goes in touch. And your first miscue for the home side today.
Yeah, pass behind the right wing, Maupin, just not on target. A rare miscue from NOLA. They are so good going through the phases, getting the ball out wide, getting it to the hands, to those danger men.
Our first set piece today will belong to Peter Malcolm and the Austin Elite here with the lineup.
Good to have the USA Eagle Malcolm back in the lineup. He has been injured throughout this season. A big loss for Austin when he's not in the starting 15.
Peterson just able to knock it back, maintain possession here for Austin.
For Austin, the strength they have may be in kicking and it may be in the lineout. Those are really advantages that they have to take.
This is the first time today for the Elite to go through the phases. Back to Malcolm. For his liking, had to do one too many in-game interviews at the first half of the season. He is happy to be suited back up with his brethren out of the capital city of the Lone Star State.
Austin needs to work on getting a clean ball out quicker. That's going to be up to Torrealba, the Chilean. He's got to get there to break down.
Silva.
And good look inside. Rodrigo Silva looking for Malcolm, but just couldn't hold on. Back, almost intercepted. Great hands there. Villaseca thought he had it, just couldn't secure it. And that is one question I have. It's going to be a slick ball once it hits this turf, and will that affect the teams and the handling?
We see the indication from our referee, Paul-Henri Corbier, of the knock-on, opting for the scrum.
Not quite sure who has the advantage in the scrum. Austin has some size, but continuity in this phase of the set piece has been lacking this season.
It's an Austin side that just can't catch a break with weather this year. Remember, their game against Toronto had to be postponed. They will actually make their trek to Canada this week for a Thursday night matchup on short rest after the conclusion of this match. Almost did not make it out of Austin yesterday.
Yeah, but they can't worry about that. Their forwards coach, Pedri Vandenberg, saying as much. The former Springbuck, he said, we can't worry about that. It's going to be difficult. We're going to have to fly up north, and it's going to be a long trip, but it's all about today. They had a great match their first time against NOLA. Gold came away with the victory narrowly, and Austin hoping that they can find their first win of the season here today.
Paul-Henri Corbier will find a new spot for this scrum. Gold able to strike just outside the opening 2 minutes.
Crouch!
Now their first scrum.
Hey guys, there is a mark. You go on the left of the mark.
Taylor
it's clear,
Howden.
it's simple.
Last
Do your
week
job, guys.
at center.
Same process,
Back at fly half this week, of course, Holden Younger, the second-year Gold man at scrum half in California.
And very good backs. You've got Con Foley in the 12 shirt as your inside center. Obviously blue and a man who needs no introduction at 13. The 22-year-old has been on fire this entire season.
Time off. Number 2 and number 2 with me.
And Paul-Henri Corbier is going to again
Come to find your position, okay? We can have
he'll talk to some of our men up front.
As I said, general pitch in very good shape. There are some wet spots, a few pockets. But it's drained very well and drying out nicely and should as this match progresses.
Same mark. Time is on.
So for Austin White, Malcolm Echeverria locking horns with Bidens, Howard, and Harmon.
Perfect, thank you.
Keep bitching, Howie, and keep creeping, bro. Here we go. Seconds!
Crouch!
This is good for Austin. Just taking some time off, slowing things down. NOLA, they like to push. They like to put the foot on the gas and play quickly, force opponents to keep up with them.
Younger, the former All-American, puts it in, and Gold are happy with the results.
It was good for Austin until that collapse scrum. Everything Austin wanted, but was unable to keep it up.
What do we say? This just outside of JP Elof's range?
Elof, he can hit from, I would say, 50 meters for sure, and probably on the other side by a few meters as well.
Yeah, trying to angle a line-out opportunity here.
I tell you to have
Maybe
a
not
long
gain
line.
as much real estate as they had hoped.
Not on the shoulder. No.
Eric Howard to fire it in.
You can't say enough about Howard. He's just what he's been able to do this year.
Ball spills loose. Malcolm. A break for Austin. Can they capitalize?
Already seen Malcolm involved. He's going to have a big game for Austin. And turned over, stripped away. Very nicely done by NOLA.
They have the support. Thompson. And now through the slop, a knock-on is called.
And that was Cam Dolan, the number 8, one of the most underrated players in the entire league, in my estimation. A great job coming up with that one initially.
So a scrum just outside of the red zone. Another look.
You see it in here, just unable to get the offload. Bailey just couldn't find his target.
You see, yes, I'm here.
Elite with the scrum. Your scrum half these days, Marcelo Torrealba, the Chilean, out of Santiago.
Consistency's been an issue for Austin. We talk about having to deal with weather. Well, consistency in the starting 15. They've had players rotate in and out, players on, off the squad, away for injury, ARC duty. Torrealba has taken over as the man, the scrum half of recent.
Kate, you mentioned all of those items. In addition to the longer season this year, it has necessitated more depth for all of these clubs. NOLA's been fortunate. They've been healthy. Chance for a run here, Torrealba.
That's a great point, Lincoln. One of the keys for NOLA, and their head coach, Nate Osborne, said as much. He said, look, we have depth, and we've had health. We've been able to rotate players in and out of the lineup, and you need 35, maybe 40 players on your roster because of players on international duty and because of injuries. Austin quite simply doesn't have anywhere close to that.
Miscue here from Austin. Again, when you are outside of your own 22 and boot that on the full into touch, you're going to bring that all the way back to the point where they kicked it. This will be Gold now with the line out in Austin territory.
Gold looking dangerous, a chance to add to their early 7-0 lead.
The Canadian hooker, Eric Howard.
Austin has seen very little of the ball early on, and that is exactly what NOLA Gold wants.
A tad tall. Still moving backwards. And now a knock-on indicated by Paul-Henri Corbier, so an advantage to be played for the home squad Gold.
You saw Peter Malcolm in the mix early and often, and that is what Austin needs. They're going to have a monster game from their hooker.
Harmon lowers his shoulder. Gold already one try today. Out on the wing to Maupin.
Great work from Zarnecki defensively, able to get there to his opposite number.
Laseka stays disciplined with his tackle.
Oh, what a crunching tackle. Beautiful stuff there. Dom Bailey lowering the boom.
And a knock-on called. Bring us back.
Bailey, Larome White, the two Louisville, Kentucky natives in the starting 15 for Austin. And Dom Bailey, a man, lowers an absolute thunder shot right there to dislodge that one.
Dom Bailey's side gig, a general contractor, brings the lumber.
Look at that hit right there. Introducing himself to Biden's.
Substitution.
So pause in the action right now with a player for the Gold down midway through. So Kit, we talked about obviously this season, basically double the length of the inaugural campaign as this league continues to grow. 3 more teams added next year.
A new player will come.
These two teams will only meet once next year. Austin, part of the West, NOLA, part of the East. But while NOLA has enjoyed the health and catching all the little things that eventual champions need to go their way in a memorable campaign, you look at Austin, and they are learning what much of this league knows, and you really need 40 to 50 guys throughout a campaign this long until you can start to build an academy and grow your own players and develop your own depth.
And that's something Austin is looking to do next year, bringing on new investors, trying to establish that home academy, and that's what you have to do. Because the player pool in U.S. Rugby just quite simply is not large enough to accommodate the league and the growth of the league. So many international players, but you want to populate it by homegrown players. You're going to have to do that via the academy.
Well, you want to talk about local players. Billy Stewart from right here went to college at Tulane. He will be the first man off the bench for Nate Osborne in for the injury.
Yeah, he takes Kyle Bailey's spot. Bailey comes off, so Stewart, the first substitution, just over 11 minutes in.
So that change at lock. This scrum belonging to the Gold just outside the 22.
Bind.
Hold here. Dale gordo, derecho.
Set.
Austin defense doing its job of recent. Some big hits starting to show up. They're going to have to continue here. Dolan looking for room, the stiff arm.
Dolan looking to catch Austin off guard. They were disciplined. Another ball spills loose. Knock on against the goal. This will go back over to Austin.
Howard, the captain, eyes up at the oncoming tackler instead of on the ball.
Okay, this is an Austin team that has only managed to find 4 bonus points this year, but one of them in that loss right here at the campus of Archbishop Shaw, Gold Stadium. They fell 35-31. Right now, trailing by just 1 score.
And for Austin, all to play for at this point. They know they're out of the running. They're not going to make the top 4 and get into the playoffs, but it's about playing for pride. It's about coming up with a victory, not looking ahead to next season, but finishing this one strong.
Meanwhile, for the Gold, you're looking at a team that already has 10 bonus points for tries on the year through 11 matches. That means just once this year that they have ultimately come away empty-handed with fewer than 4 tries.
That's NOLA Gold Rugby. High-flying, offensive, put the pedal to the metal, get it out wide, and let those backs go to work. I think you're over 3/4 of the way through the season. There are really 6 teams still fighting for those 4 playoff spots. NOLA Gold trying to secure not just their spot in the top 4, but hopefully atop the standings.
At 8-3, Gold, all 3 of those losses claiming a bonus point.
Bind.
We pick back up with the Austin scrum. Tori Alba.
Set.
Playing rugby since he was 6 years old. Ultimately bear fruit out to Larson, the Canadian. One of the 2 Larson boys who have been a fixture in this lineup ever since the ARC came to a conclusion.
That's a great thing about Major League Rugby, not just what it does for USA Rugby, but rugby throughout the Americas. Tori Alba, the Chilean, the Larson brothers, Canadian. And this league is going to help rugby from Tierra del Fuego all the way up to Alaska. The quality in every single country will improve because of Major League Rugby.
And the Eagles already seeing the benefit, but the Canadians, and as you note, all of South America as well, know that there is a benefit to be had. There's a reason why half of Uruguay right now resides in Major League Rugby.
Now, a lot of Uruguayans, increasing Chileans. You're starting to see a Brazilian presence as well. They're sending their players up here. They want them to be involved in Major League Rugby because they know when they come back to play for those national teams, they will be better players playing in this professional environment.
Take a step, Barks.
Gold hanging on to their early advantage thanks to that opening try at the 2:08 mark from Eric Howard. First conversion was good.
Hey.
To Austin's credit.
And come on, please. Come on the line now.
Allowing
yeah, thank you.
Gold at will to punch that one in. It's been tougher competition.
It has, and it looked like NOLA was going to be able to find points after that initial try, but so far Austin has done a good job defensively. NOLA maybe not pressing as hard as one would imagine to find the next try.
Frankie Swart off the bench from last week, in the lineup this week from the opening whistle for Alan Yarde.
Yeah, they need the South African, a massive, a man, big body, plays well, and a knock on there for Austin. Just unforced errors, miscues that they cannot afford to mistake.
Just trying to play a little too up-tempo in a hurry.
Okay.
And a lot of that's the pressure being brought by New Orleans. Orleans.
Yeah.
You know, their offense has been prolific, but Nate Osborne, he's going to continue to focus on where they have struggled. Discipline has been one of those issues he wants to hear a lot from.
That's exactly what he said after that loss to Seattle. They fell 25-24, but Seattle just had one try in the entire match. It was Brock Stoller, his boot, the 6 penalty goals. That was really what gave the defending champions the victory, and he said, we gave it to them. We gave them the opportunities, committed 8 fouls in the game. We can't do that, especially as we get into the playoffs.
Their losses this year, 3 points to New York, 1 point at Glendale, 1 point at Seattle. Just some heartbreakers for the Gold, but they're still in the hunt, obviously, for that top seed in the postseason.
That's the goal, to secure the top seed going into the playoffs. Be ready to go, obviously, have as healthy a team as possible.
Playoffs next year go to 6 teams. The top team out of each conference will claim a bye.
It's so great to have representation in that Northeast corridor. Increasing Major League Rugby presence on the East Coast.
Let's check in with Austin, as Nola's already had to make a change early in this match.
Thanks, Lincoln. Yeah, you saw Kyle Bailey. Thanks, Lincoln. Yeah, you saw Kyle Bailey limp off the field, being helped.
Yeah, he was in front of the kick when they
favoring his right ankle. It looked as if he sprained it. He's on the training table now. He took his cleat off, and they have ice wrapped around it. His teammates asked if he was okay, and he said yes, he's good, but it doesn't look like he's putting on his cleat anytime soon.
Advantage.
Gold with the ball. Back in their own red zone.
Austin able to get inside the goal 22, but ultimately no further.
No.
Tough ball to handle.
No pressure.
Now that one's off the boot. They're going to bring it back for a scrum.
Sione Fangawea tried to come up. He thought he could get to it, couldn't.
Are we going 1 or 2? One channel.
You mark, you are.
That's one that you either have to let it take the bounce and play it, as there wasn't a NOLA Gold man in the vicinity. But got to get to that ball.
Elite coming from a wet home in Austin to constant rain earlier today here in New Orleans. But the pitch has held up well.
The weather followed them. It was raining in the Lone Star State the last few days and continued to move east. Doing so here in the 504 earlier today. But for the time being, looks like it is abated, and fingers crossed that stays the case.
Yeah, Mother Nature has PSA pre-check. As NOLA Gold scrum back on their own end.
Come on, guys. Yeah.
Those first 7 points so easy for the home side.
You mark here.
Austin defensively has done a good job after conceding that opening try. Really tighten things up, which they've had to do. Looks like NOLA was just going to run away with this one. Their first try coming less than 2 minutes in.
Outside.
Again, our referee today, Paul-Henri Corbier, veteran crew in pink.
Crouch!
We're inside.
Outside.
We're outside.
Bind!
One of 2 matches today in Major League Rugby. 4 matches on the weekend.
Fantastic match tomorrow, north of the border. Red hot San Diego visiting Toronto.
They can thank Toronto. Able to knock off Seattle last weekend to help San Diego climb. Ball with, again, the vice captain, Elon Puttick.
A nice run from Zinni, making meters the hard way.
Last year's second team All Major League Rugby for the fullback. Speaking of fullbacks, that's Silva's other specialty, fly half these days for the Austin Elite. Can they find an equalizer? Not this time.
There's that slick ball we mentioned earlier. That one found a puddle and right in and out of the hands of Dominic Bailey. He shakes his head, knows that regardless if that ball is wet or not, he has to come away with it.
The Louisville native, most recently with the Chicago Lions, joining on with Austin.
That's our goal. Yeah. Send one channel.
It'll be another gold scrum. Gold after today. We'll welcome to town both San Diego and then Houston.
You clear.
For the next couple of weekends before finishing up the regular season on the road. Again, New Orleans and San Diego have not met yet. Almost every team in this league is now meeting for a second time.
Now you think about that, the Legion and the Gold haven't met. They still have 2 matches to play against each other. Top 2 teams, and they are both in fantastic form.
No, not stable. Push earlier.
Quick tap and go. Austin able to bring came mopping down.
Kate Thompson trying to find any hole through that Austin defense. This is when NOLA's their most dangerous, out wide with space to operate.
Back up to midfield. And another miscue. Again, that wet ball's an adjustment, but it's an issue for both teams.
It is, and that's an adjustment both teams are going to have to make. They know the ball's going to be slick. You have to catch it with your hands. Can't let it get into your body, even with a man coming on to make the tackle.
We have reached our first hydration break. Water for the men, mint juleps for the fans who have made their way to Gold Stadium. Second matchup this year between the Elite and NOLA.
I wished I could tell my daughter to go play outside, but every time she coughed or wheezed or suffered, it scared me. And weekly allergy shots were just as scary, scarier for her.
I used to start my day ready to take on the world, but every change in temperature or rain or wind triggered something in my head. Itchy, watery eyes, headaches. I was miserable, no matter what the season. I couldn't breathe. It was like having a cold all the time.
And even if she was okay with weekly allergy shots, who has the time? Between school, work, and family, no one has time to go to the doctor every single week.
A buddy of mine said I had to go to Texan Allergy.
Then we went to Texan Allergy. Drops from Texan Allergy are so easy, so simple, and best of all, they work. Allergy relief that doesn't affect our schedule.
Who could imagine something as simple as drops could change my day-to-day happiness? Texan Allergy put the quality back in my quality time.
Texan Allergy, changing lives one drop at a time.
A try from the captain, Eric Howard, right now holding up strong for NOLA Gold as they look to reclaim their spot atop the table here in Major League Rugby. Before we get back underway here in the opening half, let's check back in down on the pitch with Austin Ivan.
The NOLA Gold is the #1 offense in the MLR, being the highest scoring team and averaging the most tries per minute. The Gold showing their offensive firepower early, scoring a try in the first minute of the game. The Austin Elite trying to make some adjustments on the sideline, saying they know NOLA likes to spread the ball wide, so they can't leave any holes in their defense, but at the same time, they need to spread their defense out to cover the entire field.
¿Todo bien?
Austin, thank you again. These two teams met back on March 23rd, 35-31. Gold able to hang on to that one. They've had some good fortune along the way, but it has not been all luck for NOLA Gold. They have earned their spot. You know, early this season, Kit, they started off on fire. Perhaps the favorites may have been some of the newcomers to the league, or perhaps the defending champions or runner-up in Seattle and Glendale. People speculated NOLA eventually would fall back into the pack. That simply hasn't happened. And Nate Osborne, I think he and the men really felt after their first win against Seattle that truly was proof they belonged right where they were.
Oh, it certainly was. And I think initially they were happy to go under the radar. There was so much talk about Rugby United New York, even Toronto, as you mentioned, the new additions, and the old guard, and the Raptors, and the Seawolves. NOLA just quietly going about their business. That is the reason they are where they are.
Aguirre finds Zarnecki.
You want to see Vila Seca more involved. Good work there, able to get something going.
They find Peterson and Strawn. And Austin find the answer and take the goose egg off the board here in the opening half. Again, White was a part of that Seattle squad last year that won the first ever 80-pound shield here in Major League Rugby.
Good stuff from Austin, keeping possession, keeping it in tight, putting pressure on NOLA, getting closer to that 22.
Mitchell from up there muscled off the ball.
I like this from Austin, forcing the NOLA to bring numbers inside and then maybe spin it out wide.
Trying to split a pair of defenders. White muscling his way for a couple more meters.
No head, 7.
Malcolm waiting for it now. Gets it.
Peter Malcolm.
There is nothing.
Melee. Ball back and forth. The knock on as finally Paul-Henri Corbier intervenes.
Yeah, great work there from Maupin. Blewett also a part of that. The 14 and 13. Fantastic defensively. We always talk about them and their offensive prowess, but getting it done on the other end.
So Gold now with the scrum. That means back to Holden Younger. Former MVP a couple years ago in that Division 1A College Rugby Championship. Product out of St. Mary's College over in his home state of California.
Just a talented scrum half in every aspect. Reads the game so well. Knows when to slow it down, to speed it up. Gets clean ball out quickly. Everything you want in a number 9.
The sun is making its way out here midway through. A little bit of humidity, but nothing that Austin is not accustomed to. Of course, last year when we started the first season a little bit later, certainly that was a home match advantage for Austin with the heat.
Well, it was for all the teams in the South. New Orleans, Houston, Austin all had that, especially when teams from northern parts of the country were making the trip down, something they just weren't accustomed to.
Fans continue to file in. This is a popular ticket, an unexpected ticket today for the New Orleans fans. Again, this match was originally scheduled to be played in Houston. Austin no longer playing in Round Rock. They had that front-heavy home schedule, but they knew they wouldn't be able to play this back in Central Texas because of the baseball use of the venue. They were planning to be at Aviva Stadium. We saw its unofficial debut against Seattle, where the pitch hadn't quite taken hold. So they were left scrambling for a new home. Looked all throughout the area. Finally settled on coming back to New Orleans just because they knew it would be such a great atmosphere. A lot of passionate rugby fans, and the Gold fans certainly have not disappointed with this bonus home match.
No, not at all. Fantastic history of rugby here in New Orleans, and their fans supported them from the very beginning. A few more coming out as they continue to win games, as you might imagine, but my hat's off to the Austin fans as well. It has been a difficult year to be an Elite fan, but the diehards are always there, and that's something Peter Malcolm told me. He said, our fans have stuck by us. The results may not have gone our way, but the fans have always been there.
Derek Summer almost getting some hazard pay, as Summers and crew also had to figure out their travel plans here to New Orleans with the weather almost getting in the way.
Like to see Mitchell get more involved, get more carries. So far, NOLA Gold doing a very good job shutting him down, and that one just bouncing right off the chest.
NOLA playing with house money now, working with the advantage.
As Enzon just able to keep it.
For a fortunate hop, no mistake by Dolan.
Villaseca tried to do a bit too much, a little flip over the top, but Howden couldn't keep it in. Tried the nifty Sonny Bill offload, but didn't find his target.
Kiwi trying to go Steve Nash.
Yeah, he was looking for his countryman there. He was going for the Sonny Bill Williams, but couldn't come up the way he intended.
So a line out coming up here again for Peter Malcolm and the Elite.
In this front ball.
All considering here the 27th minute, just a 7-0 game. Austin may be fortunate, but they need to reward themselves with some points.
Gold defensively well spaced and disciplined.
As you know, NOLA will score more. That's just a question of when.
No, Blue, stay, play on now.
Just trying to reclaim some real estate.
Good kick from Silva, but no chase at all from Austin.
Little coffin corner kick. They'll bring it out to the 5.
Yeah, what a job, bro. There you go, Silva. Placed that one on a dime.
As a result, an opportunity emerges here for Austin.
I wonder how good he is with the chipping wedge if he can do that.
Can they force a miscue here? Pressure on Eric Howard and New Orleans to be on the same page on this lineout.
I give you my mark. So stay. That's perfect. No, that's not this one. Hey.
Trying to get out of their own backyard. Open territory to be had. It's Dolan looking for more support. JP Aguirre at the moment will intervene for Austin.
Yeah, great work from Younger initially, able to get by Lerone White. Thought he was off to the races.
NOLA with an advantage. May have been a high tackle. Out on the wing. Just a fullback to beat. Ball still bouncing around. Gold sniffing the try zone. Into the try zone. Second time today, able to dot it down.
And you see what the Gold can do when they get things going. Pedal to the metal, great work to the near side, to the far, quick rugby, and a beautiful team try for the home side.
We talked about the influence from Uruguay. Ignacio Dotti able to live up to his name.
And Dotti the flanker. His teammates doing some work. He came up with it, able to go across. Chance now for NOLA to double their lead.
About 27 minutes separated our two scores here in the opening half. But both belong to the home side Gold. Member of that Uruguayan national team. Capped almost 40 times now.
Time on.
About to reach the half-hour mark.
And that was a situation where Austin did everything right defensively. They kept it a 7-0 game. They trailed by just a single try, but they couldn't find points. They needed to find the equalizer. And it was just a matter of time before NOLA Gold found more, and there it was, courtesy of Dotti.
Just minimal phases helped them traverse the entire length of the pitch, coming from their own 5. Eloff, and his footing was a bit off. Flags will stay down as the conversion no good. And we may have seen the pitch intervene there a little bit. Still with some reminders of the rain we had earlier today.
Yeah, rare miss from Eloff in that situation. Generally clutch, especially from that angle and that distance. Big try for both teams. NOLA able to extend their lead, and now Austin deeper in the hole.
Austin will look short. Look for a miscue. Billy Stewart again. Former Tulane Green Wave.
Stewart, who came on just 11 minutes in for Kyle Bailey, taking advantage.
12 goal! 12 goal! 12!
Another ball that's going to linger for a little while before finally going in touch about 10 meters out.
Number 12, offside, 5 meters away.
Austin, quick tap and go, trying to catch NOLA off guard, and again, too eager. It's not a live ball anymore as a knock-on is
5
called.
meters in front, I call him 5
Austin
times.
had a golden opportunity.
They certainly did. Pass just behind Mitchell, but the captain, 9 times out of 10, that is a play he's able to make. He can reach back and snag it, could not there. And that may well have been the opening points for Austin. Austin has to come up with something. NOLA will score more.
So it's another scrum for Younger and the Gold. Last year, finished 6th in the league, did New Orleans 3 and 5.
We make up for here. We make up for here.
What a turnaround with the injection of talent they brought in this year. You know, for Nate Osborne and New Orleans, there is the same debate that much league has had. Do you spend the money on one big name, or do you find a couple of All-Americans, young, growing talent? New Orleans, for the most part, went with that second approach. That created depth, and that has helped them maintain the success they've had here in the second half of the year.
Without a doubt, they've had the players. They've been able to rotate guys, keep guys healthy. They haven't had to start the same 15 every week, and because of that, not only do you have a deeper team, a more talented team going into the playoffs, but you have, importantly, maybe most importantly, a healthier team.
Most recent touch from Tonga Wea.
Austin hasn't had that luxury, not the depth of New Orleans, not the depth of many teams, but the fight has been there all season long from the Elite. I've seen it in every match they play. They continue to battle. My hat's off to the entire side, not just the 23, but every man on that roster.
Torrealba hoping this one will linger in the try zone. Instead, they'll bring it back out.
Just too much on it, found its way through the end goal. He was looking for Vilaseca. He was the intended target. The idea was there.
Scrum on the mark.
He did not suspect the green would be playing quite as fast today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're up there. He kicked it from up there.
No, he kicked for me. The number 9 who kicked. No.
Critical last 6 minutes and change here of the first half. Austin can come up with something, at the very least, keep the deficit as it stands.
2 first half tries for a Gold squad that only once this year has been held to fewer than 4. Lincoln Rose, Kip McConico, Austin Ivan with you. Great to have you with us here in the back half of the schedule in Major League Rugby Year 2.
Crouch! Bind!
A lot of points have remained right here in the Big Easy here at Gold Stadium this year.
And Austin knows they can play with NOLA. You mentioned the first match between the two. Austin lost on the final play.
Okay, play.
No more support out on the wing. They'll bring it back into the meat of this Austin line at midfield.
Able to keep Blewett under control. Not giving number 13 any opportunity.
And a miscue there through the wickets of Tongawiya, but that ball went backwards.
And Tongawiya fortunate that it did. It would have been a knock-on otherwise, but still remains with NOLA.
Back to Tongawiya. That ball spills forward, and this will belong to the Elite.
Man, Blewett thought he had a hole, was looking for the line break, and almost got through.
Got the entrance. Entrada anticipada.
Either of these sides squeeze in at least a score before halftime.
Sì, no, tu stavano dominando.
Looking like the side that has a better chance of adding points to their side of the scoreboard before the break. You saw the 22-year-old outside center, Tristan Blewett, just so talented. Just needs a sliver of space, and he is off.
No, it's number 2, early entrance.
Freddie Mercury and Queen have the home crowd fired up.
Bind!
Right now, up by a dozen.
Set!
Austin with the scrum.
Oh, you with the scrum, Gold. Scrum winning.
See what the Elite have in
Wouldn't
mind.
this be a reset?
No, not for that.
They're going to entrust the boot of Vilaseca here. Another one of the Uruguayans. Of course, he grew up with his dad playing rugby. He himself started early as a kid.
Think about Uruguay, just over 3.5 million people, one of the smallest countries in all of the Americas. Just a great sporting culture in rugby, soccer, polo. Fantastic. They call it Garachirua, that warrior mentality. They may be small in number, but they will fight.
Well, a nice breeze today to help combat the humidity. We've seen some favorable hops. Looking for the highlight run. Bailey. And down the pitch he comes. The Elite on the board. For the first time here in the Big Easy, it's Big Dom.
Dom Bailey, we saw him defensively lowering the boom, laying the lumber, and this time puts on a stepping show around one. Ultimately by Eloff, couldn't catch him, and off to the races. Nobody able to catch up with Dom Bailey for Austin in a very important try for the Elite.
Could that be a spark here for Austin after they were able to hang tough with New Orleans back in March?
And look at Bailey, just surrounded by gold jerseys, kept his head about him, able to step away, and then turned on the afterburners. In, down.
That sets up, you mentioned the important conversion here for Villaseca.
Villaseca can put this through the sticks. Chance to make it a 5-point game.
Off his left boot, and that'll stay inside the post. Flags are up. Austin grabs the full 7.
And what a response from Austin. Just a minute remaining until half, and Austin on the board.
We're approaching the final moments here of this first half. It was the Elite able to squeeze in a score. A whole lot of Dom Bailey.
What a difference that'll be momentum-wise going into the sheds at the break. Austin, had they gone in down 12-0, now just trailing by 5, and got to feel like they are more than in this.
Perhaps an equalizer on the horizon. Mishandle on the grubber. Winds up in the arms of Howden. He tries to turn the table.
Holding on, you have no support.
As it is deemed not releasing in time.
Holding on.
And I like that the Gold Stadium scoreboard operator gave a little reminder that they've reached the 40-minute mark on the clock with a buzzer. Of course, that's not going to influence Paul-Henri Corbier. He'll let us know when it's time. It's official. Midway through, the first 12 points belong to the Gold. Elite able to answer with 7. But right now, Nate Osborne's group still in the lead, headed to the locker room. Coach is with Austin Ivan.
Coach, Austin cut into your lead with that last try. What's the key to controlling the second half?
I think just getting back to our game plan, sticking to our game plan. The first 10 minutes of the game, we played really well. We did the things that we trained all week doing, and we just went away from it, and we need to get back to it.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Midway through here in New Orleans, a good one brewing. Right now, New Orleans still on track to reclaim the top spot in the table.
U.S. Cryotherapy offers cutting-edge electrically cooled cryotherapy, which has been clinically proven to reduce pain and inflammation, boost endorphins, and speed up athletic recovery. Our athletes recover faster, train harder, and perform better on the pitch. That's why Austin Elite only chooses the best and recovers with us. Mention Austin Elite Rugby for 10% off all services and memberships. Keep Austin chill.
NOLA LED, New Orleans lighting experts. Lighting that's guaranteed brighter and more cost-effective, with energy savings and high efficiency. When you think lighting New Orleans, think NewOrleansLighting.com, official lighting company of the New Orleans Pelicans.
U.S. Cryotherapy offers cutting-edge electrically cooled cryotherapy, which has been clinically proven to reduce pain and inflammation, boost endorphins, and speed up athletic recovery. Our athletes recover faster, train harder, and perform better on the pitch. That's why Austin Elite only chooses the best and recovers with us. Mention Austin Elite Rugby for 10% off all services and memberships. Keep Austin chill.
Today's coverage of Major League Rugby is brought to you by Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Experience. Pure Gold, beer in its organic form. Louisiana Tourism. Don't just live in the moment, be the moment, and feed your soul. Visit louisianatravel.com to plan your trip today. And Boomtown Hotel and Casino New Orleans, the official hotel and casino of the NOLA Gold. Right now, New Orleans with the advantage up on Austin 12-7 as we are at the halftime break here at Gold Stadium.
I wished I could tell my daughter to go play outside, but every time she coughed or wheezed or suffered, it scared me. And weekly allergy shots were just as scary, scarier for her.
I used to start my day ready to take on the world, but every change in temperature or rain or wind triggered something in my head. Itchy, watery eyes, headaches. I was miserable, no matter what the season. I couldn't breathe. It was like having a cold all the time.
And even if she was okay with weekly allergy shots, who has the time? Between school, work, and family, no one has time to go to the doctor every single week.
A buddy of mine said I had to go to Texan Allergy.
Then we went to Texan Allergy. Drops from Texan Allergy are so easy, so simple, and best of all, they work. Allergy relief that doesn't affect our schedule.
Who could imagine something as simple as drops could change my day-to-day happiness? Texan Allergy put the quality back in my quality time.
Texan Allergy, changing lives one drop at a time. At New
Today's coverage is brought to you by MVP Index. The future of audience measurement is here. Value sponsorship, activate audiences, drive revenue. Kettlebell Kings, the most reviewed kettlebell on the internet. And U.S. Cryotherapy, faster recovery, better health, keep Austin chill. Right now, the Austin Elite with a late try in the opening half, back within a score of one of the top teams in Major League Rugby this year. NOLA Gold, though, at the moment, delighting the home fans and their mint juleps, up by 5 at the break.
U.S. Cryotherapy offers cutting-edge electrically cooled cryotherapy, which has been clinically proven to reduce pain and inflammation, boost endorphins, and speed up athletic recovery. Our athletes recover faster, train harder, and perform better on the pitch. That's why Austin Elite only chooses the best and recovers with us. Mention Austin Elite Rugby for 10% off all services and memberships. Keep Austin chill.
At Boomtown, winning always draws a crowd. From the casino to wherever the celebration takes you. Like the hotel lobby. Yeah, they say laughter is infectious, but we think victory is too. And don't worry, there's plenty of room for you and all your friends, including the ones you made 5 minutes ago. The next time you want to take a spin, go all in, and indulge a bit. Stay the night. Your room is ready. Welcome to Boomtown.
U.S. Cryotherapy offers cutting-edge electrically cooled cryotherapy, which has been clinically proven to reduce pain and inflammation, boost endorphins, and speed up athletic recovery. Our athletes recover faster, train harder, and perform better on the pitch. That's why Austin Elite only chooses the best and recovers with us. Mention Austin Elite Rugby for 10% off all services and memberships. Keep Austin chill.
This is a shrimp po' boy. It could be just a sandwich, but today you're in Louisiana. Today you got up with the sun to enjoy the best bass fishing on earth. Today you walked historic halls where ghosts might pay a visit, but spirits are always present. Today you wandered into a hole-in-the-wall cafe and fed your soul with a frosty local brew and this shrimp po' boy. Anywhere else is just a sandwich, but today you're in Louisiana.
Today's coverage of Major League Rugby is brought to you by Sutton Found Mercantile. Create a space you love. Dynamic Sports, leaders in sports medicine. And Eden Park, partners in elegance of Austin Elite Rugby. Lincoln Rose, Kip McConico back with you at Gold Stadium. Gold able to strike for the opening 12 points. First, Kit, it was in that third minute that ultimately NOLA was just able to break things wide open.
Eric Howard had the opener. The hooker has been absolutely outstanding right through the Austin defense. Nobody able to bring him down, and that put the home team on top early.
Took advantage of a porous defense early for Austin. It would take another almost half hour for the next score to come around. Obviously, the conditions playing a factor.
Yeah, they did indeed. A lot of knock-ons from both teams, but Ignacio Dalty able to extend the home team's lead. Could not complete the conversion, but then in the final 60 seconds before the break, Dom Bailey coming to the aid for Austin.
Yeah, it was all Dom Bailey creating an opportunity for himself and then putting the speed to use as Austin would sneak in the points right before the midway break. And that, again, has them, with reason, to be optimistic going into the second half here.
Indeed, I would say Austin has the momentum. It looked like NOLA wanted to get into the sheds. Austin, after the try from Bailey, the conversion from Vilaseca, and Austin has to be very pleased that it's just a 5-point match going to the second 40.
We had a chance to hear from Nate Osborne, head coach of NOLA Gold, going into the break. Hope to hear from the staff from Austin. You're getting set for the second half of play. But when we talk about what is on the horizon for these men wearing the gold kits today, they stay at home next weekend against San Diego, a home match against Houston, then on the road, New York and San Diego again. Those two matchups against the Legion could very well determine who claims the regular season top spot and momentum into the postseason.
Yeah, they could indeed. You wrap up the regular season playing at New York, at San Diego, two very good teams, especially at home. It's going to be interesting to see those matches. And we mentioned the match tomorrow, the Legion on the road taking on Toronto north of the border. If the Legion can come up with a victory over the Arrows, that is going to be an absolutely fantastic finish to the season between NOLA and San Diego.
That's going to be a new venue for Toronto now, their fourth match at home. It's going to be at Lamport Stadium in downtown, a different feel. They really hope to have a lot of walk-up traffic, I imagine.
Yeah, they've been out there at York alumni field there at York University in the suburbs. They've had the families, and they want to be downtown. They want that feeling. They want the younger fans to come out and anticipate a great showing, as there has been all year for the Arrows.
Well, again, Austin Ivan, I believe, is about to check in with one of our favorite South Africans. And soon enough, we'll hear from the Austin Elite vantage point. Right now, they have to be fairly pleased with a slow start. Now they're looking within 5 points. NOLA Gold is set to go. They are ready for that whistle to get started here in the second 40 minutes of play.
Yeah, they want to get back to it. They were red hot after the first whistle to start things off. Came away with the initial try. They couldn't find anything. You take a look at the reserves for both of these teams, both with a lot of talent coming off the bench.
Yeah, we have already seen, of course, NOLA having to go to the bench early for the former Tulane standout locally, Billy Stewart. Austin, we may see a debut of a New England Free Jack on loan today.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Talking about McCusker, the Belfast, Ireland native. He is on loan with Austin for the rest of the season. And looking at Striffler there, he is one of the reserves who really stands out for me. What an opportunity, what a luxury, I should say, to bring a player like that off the bench for NOLA.
So while the New England Free Jacks won't play their first Major League Rugby match until next year, some of their players getting experience, a valuable opportunity both for Austin to add depth, but also it allows these teams who are coming in to go ahead and sign players earlier than you would anticipate because they can get them some experience on loan.
That's exactly what it is a win-win situation for the team that has the player on loan, as well as for the team being alone the player. For Austin, having a player of that caliber, a young talent, who maybe they bring off the bench later in this one. And for New England, a man who's going to get reps here in Major League Rugby, and he'll be able to hit the ground running come next season.
Again, Kyle Bailey showed up today wearing the number 5 at lock. It was a short-lived outing for him, and you see on crutches, will not be back.
And that's a big loss. Kyle Bailey, number 4, outstanding in the second row, but Stewart has more than held his own.
Meanwhile, Austin Elite head coach Alain Yardet, he must have gotten one of the hot tickets. He's actually sitting in the stands for an elevated view of this match now.
A lot of coaches in rugby prefer to be in the press box, or they like to be in an elevated situation. Yardet, a man of the people, he's not going to be in the box. He's going to be sitting out there amongst the fans, but no doubt taking notes.
Well, the Elite, thanks to that try from Dom Bailey in the opening half, find themselves any moment away from a tie until now, looking for insurance for NOLA.
Try-saving tackle there. Blewett comes away with it, but not done. NOLA still just short of the try line.
Oh, what a turn of events here in the opening moments of the second half.
Look for NOLA to try to submarine underneath. Thought this one down.
That's tough footing.
You see that player is just unable to get the grip. And Austin, for the time being, bowing their neck. But what a change. It looked like Austin is going to be able to start working through the phases. NOLA blew it. Thought he had the try line. See him. Thought he was off, and a try-saving tackle. Fantastic stuff from Austin.
So they will bring it back out to the 5-meter mark. And the NOLA approach is going to be the line out, hoping to set up the maul.
And for NOLA, try to get the driving maul in this situation, find the first points of the second half, extend your lead, make it a 2-score game.
They scored in the first 2 minutes of the opening half. Can they do so here, emerging from the locker room? Austin trying to use that far touchline to their advantage.
This is when Austin has to dig deep defensively. Really have to keep NOLA out.
You see some elite players trying to dig in, but not getting any support from that pitch. That ball will go down close to the line. Paul-Henri Corbier inspects its spot. He's not happy yet that it's in the try zone. Gold still with some work to be done.
And for the time being, Austin able to hold it up. Great work. Looks like NOLA got over. Just short, we'll see. Still no whistle.
Hey.
And was it held up to bring back out to the 5?
Fantastic defensive effort from Austin. Inside of their try line, everybody battling.
Yes, in an
For the
offside.
time being, able to keep NOLA out.
Is there a player here?
There's a player here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
And after talking it over, I believe we have a try for the Gold. Conversing with Derek Summers there, his assistant across the way.
18, come on.
And that's exactly what it was.
And it will be a penalty try awarded. So no need to kick the conversion, a yellow assessed.
Yeah, Paul-Henri Corbier went over and spoke with his assistant referee Derek Summers, blew the whistle, and the yellow comes out, the penalty try. And not only the penalty try, but NOLA Gold now playing with a man advantage for the next 10 minutes, as that will send Mason Peterson.
Yeah, I just have to time
he
on.
heads to the bin.
Time on.
Peterson, one of the halftime changes on the pitch for a matter of minutes before he saw yellow.
Taken back.
Well, Austin had confidence coming out of the locker room, but a quick turnover. Gold initially denied by Austin until penalty try prevailed. This is the largest lead that New Orleans has had today.
Side entry.
Can they build on it here?
Austin was able to respond in the first half when going down 12-0. They'll have to again here in the second. NOLA team, they play with momentum. When they start to score, it seems like they come in bunches.
JP Eloff will send us in touch. Of course, JP, a lot of highlights in his career, including being a USA Eagle with his brother Philip. We saw him in the professional ranks with the Ohio Aviators, now second year with New Orleans. So the line out coming up here. Let's check back in with Austin Ivan down on the pitch.
Talking with Austin Elite assistant coach Pedro Wadenberger, who said the conversation in the locker room was really positive. We saw Austin score that try right before the half to cut into NOLA's lead. He said he thinks that momentum will carry over into this half because they had to work so hard on that possession to score. He said he wants all their possessions this half to be like that, patience and taking care of the ball. Defensively, he said all we need to do is make our one-on-one tackles.
Billy Stewart off the bench today. Again, the hometown boy, the pride of Tulane. Now a member of the Gold dotting it down.
The former Green Wave man came on at the 11-minute mark of the first half to take over at lock for Kyle Bailey. Had a very good first half, but a smile on his face, no doubt. Stewart, a big try, extends the NOLA lead, and Stewart just a bull in a china shop right between the 504 native, the big celebration.
Eloff with the chip shot coming up. For the Gold, this is their 12th match on the year, and for the 11th time, they have secured the try bonus.
You wondered about halfway through the first 40 minutes if they were going to be able to. It looked like there was a bit of a stall, at the very least a downshift in that high-powered, high-octane offense, but they have come out really on fire here in the second half.
Another short kick from Austin. NOLA able to live up to expectations up front. Dottie, already one of the 4 try scorers today. And the pitch give, a fortunate hop to the Gold. Unable to keep it in play. Larson did his best to walk the tightrope.
And Travis Larson, he was looking for somebody to dish it to, had his toe on the line, and just his forward momentum brought him out of bounds. Unlucky for Austin. Chance for NOLA to really open it up and put their mark on this match.
The hooker and Captain Howard.
Blue. Play on. No, play on.
Well, there was no support, so Dolan trying to make things happen on his own. Oh, Gold with numbers.
Great work there, Kane Thompson assisting the carrier.
Hey, you have the ball. Stop to complain. No, it's not a penalty. You push correctly. There is no infringement. It's a scrum for you.
Okay.
Which one? 18. 18 is off. What is 18?
So the Gold up by 19. Not content. Trying to take care of business with the 80 minutes a day.
Perfect. Thank you.
In an unexpected home matchup. Originally, they were bound for the Lone Star State. This was going to be on neutral ground in Houston until, again, that pitch was not quite ready. Again, a popular ticket here in New Orleans. The fans have been at full voice in favor of their Gold. Not disappointed here in the second half.
Yeah, look. Find your place. It's the start of the second half. Are you good? Thank you.
Fantastic atmosphere. The fans, they were here early. They've been loud the entire match. They've been treated to a good one, Austin. But it's a 5 at the break, but the second half has been all NOLA.
Torrey Alba having himself a chat with Younger.
Crouch! Bind! Chief! No, number 1.
That scrum effort short-lived.
Another collapse scrum. We've had issues with the scrums today, with the wheeling, the collapse scrums. Very few have been clean.
It's a free kick. 2.
You have extra motivation for that heart of the scrum not to collapse with a face full of mud there to greet you.
NOLA Gold coach Nate Osborne said he played preseason matches here, and there were puddles on the far side of the pitch that were feet deep. He was afraid if there was a scrum in that vicinity, players may drown if it collapsed.
Austin is looking for opportunities and may have just gifted one right there on the knock-on from New Orleans.
Knock on goal.
Austin dodges a bullet. When you get a gift like that, you have to make something of it. Austin has to find some points.
That's great scrum. Come on, work.
Well, we talk about what's remaining for New Orleans. Of course, Austin, it's all on the road again, with apologies to Willie Nelson. It'll be New York, Houston, and Seattle to close out their second regular season. But before that, the postponed match against Toronto this Thursday.
It's going to be a busy week for Austin, having to head north of the border on quick notice after that postponed match because the weather, as you mentioned in the first half, has been an issue all season. For Austin, having the front-loaded home schedule because of the stadium situation and the favorable weather early in the season, the opposite of Toronto.
Go back to the fullback here. Austin played its last match at its home venue of Dell Diamond against Seattle mid-March. They then played New York in San Antonio in a home match at the end of March. It's been all on the road ever since. It is almost the opposite of what Toronto is experiencing now.
Toronto started the season in 8 matches on the road. They will wrap it up with 8 at home. They did what they needed to do in the first 8 matches, went 4-4.
Austin had a unique schedule. While they did start at home, the first 3 teams they faced were all coming off essentially a bye week. Could not catch a break. A few heartbreakers along the way. That opener against Houston where Windsor scored on 7 kicks, was 7 for 7. Those 21 points just enough to edge out the Elite.
Yeah, that was the difference. They fell 21-20. All points for Houston coming off the boot of Sam Windsor's. Changes coming for both teams. Looks like Zach Schriffler is going to come on for NOLA. Knew that would happen, just a matter of time. And now he would come on wearing the number 21. Taking the place of, I believe that's Tonga.
Yeah, Tonga done for the day. As Lonnie comes off. And for the next couple moments, it's easy to spot the men who have come on. Some bright white shorts for the gold.
That won't last long the way this match has been played.
Sir,
Sit!
Younger tries to get things going. Ball spills loose, spills forward.
Knock on goal.
And this will be Austin's ball close to midfield. Okay. And a little extra altercation.
Knock on goal. Scrum blue.
Let's see if anything materializes from that exchange.
Well, now Austin back to full strength as Mason Peterson comes back on in out of the bin. Austin making a change as well. Kyle Breitenbach comes off the bench. The South African wrecking ball will check into that back row.
That'll end the day for Lerone White. Scrum for Austin. They found that lone score at the end of the opening half. New Orleans took advantage of an early miscue, would lead to a penalty try.
Bind.
Oh, sir, where's he going? Sir, they're moving already.
Biggest deficit on the day for the squad from the capital city of the Lone Star State.
Your mark is here, reset
penalty
scrum.
Try, and then Billy Stewart finding a try time, extends NOLA's lead, I should say. And Austin just hasn't been able to get anything going offensively.
Yeah, we talked about depth. You and I had a chance to talk to Theory, one of the leaders of the Austin Elite. He mentioned they'll have an official announcement a little bit later on, but there is a new investor coming on to help them build that academy that will grow more talent and more depth for Austin moving forward. But it's part of the continued commitment to have rugby in Central Texas. The Elite right now committed to trying to get back into the try zone.
Austin on the front foot. Got to find something here. Oh, what a tackle.
That'll halt the former Austin Hun, former national champion. Big collision midair.
As Silva played it over the top, and there are bodies strewn across the field.
Trainers sprinting out in every direction.
I don't have to tell you everything what you have to do.
As you have that pile up and another Austin player down, out beyond the 22.
Austin already dealt with the injury bug more than most teams this season. They can ill afford to lose more. You see it. Silva tried to play himself over the top, and a collision. Silva and two of the gold players all coming together trying to collect the ball.
I want they don't act, make a tackle, or next time I would have to put a
Like you had previous mention of the academy coming for Austin. That's what you need. You need some homegrown talent with so many players you can bring from abroad. It's about increasing the player pool here in the States, trying to get not just the league better, but the Eagles better as well, and hopefully one day soon, competing for a World Cup.
3 and 7. Guys, 3 and 7. 3 and 7.
NOLA set to make 2 more changes. Cam Falcon and Kevin Sullivan coming on.
Or 3. Okay.
Pair of props. Falcon from right here in New Orleans. In fact, well, he's from literally right here. Went to Archbishop Shaw High School. Was an All-American in football and a wrestler. He knows how to find the way to his old stomping grounds.
At 10, yes. Not at 10. Time on.
What a special moment that is. You're a professional player, but you get to come back to your high school where it all began. You have so many memories. A little treat.
Well, the knowledgeable fans appreciative of the men coming off right now. So the big bodies up front in Bidens and Harmon.
Gold. Come on.
Howard, the only one on that front line who will remain, is now Falcon, and Sullivan on to join him.
Well, that's because prop's an easy job, right?
I'd say if you're on the front row, you're doing a lot of work that few people would ever imagine doing.
Austin coming off its line out here. Spills loose.
Play on.
Still playable ball until now, the knock-on.
Knock on blue.
Austin hasn't done themselves any favors, particularly here in this second half. Had a spell at the end of the first. They looked good going through the phases, moving the ball quickly, but have not been able to recapture that form.
Oh, it's 10, yeah. Yes. The coach. Say me 10. It's 10, Ed. 10 blue.
And Austin's ready to make a pair of changes as well. And it's Artemis Take Jordan with that red, white, and blue headgear each and every outing, along with Bienvenu.
Okay, come on your side.
Coming off the bench today for head coach Alain Yardet.
So he'll show that the French-Moroccan back comes on, as is Simon Bienvenu. Austin trying to get some fresh legs on, as Silva and Torrealba will be the ones taking off for the Elite.
So the change at scrum half.
Crouch!
Not taking over as the number 9 for Austin.
Set!
Bienvenu now the fly half.
And as the world turns, penalty opportunity won by Austin. They can't start quite as quickly as they'd like.
Wait. At 10.
Let's see if this ball doesn't find its way to touch.
Scrum?
Let's get a card here. Let's get a card.
Scrum, guys.
They are asking for the scrum.
And Austin knows they're in a position here where they can't ask for the T. 3 points isn't going to cut it. They need the full 7. They need the try and the conversion, and that's what they're going to be looking for.
Those folks in the VIP tent also are not asking for T. Nice setup here in this bonus home game for the Gold. We've got 2 more over the next couple of weeks.
Bind.
What a home field advantage. Fantastic fans, knowledgeable. They've been loud, supporting their side. What you want in a home field environment, a home field advantage.
Jordan feeds it to his fullback, still in the vice captain. Some of the fresh legs in McCusker. Ronan McCusker, again the man on loan from the Free Jacks, will officially join Major League Rugby next year.
Advantage, secular not releasing. Time is off, captain.
And at the moment, I believe Ben Mitchell, the captain for Austin, slow to get up.
No, I have
Austin,
too many infringements.
along with another player now for the Elite.
A pair of twin towers, Irish towers, I should say.
Yes, you can. I will wait you.
Got
but next time
Mitchell and McCusker, the Belfast product, as the locks, both 6'7". Some tall timber in the second row.
Can we take a slow right here in this bag? Yes.
I believe that was Breitenbach being attended to.
Paul-Henri Corbier talking to the former Arizona Wildcat, Mason Peterson. I was in his backyard a couple days ago over there in Long Beach. How do we get a Major League Rugby team in Long Beach? That's what I'm asking.
You talk about the talent coming out of Long Beach, Mason Peterson, Mikey Teo, the USA Eagle, some serious rugby.
Mason got to be a pro in San Diego. Also, of course, Austin Huns on his resume. But every single beach I was on, beautiful earlier this week. Perfect weather.
Captain, scrum. Okay.
So 5 meters out is where the Elite and the Gold will meet once again.
I have to stay on this side. Allen.
Big scrum here for Austin. Just over 20 minutes remaining. But this deep in NOLA territory. Have to find the try zone.
Crouch!
Jordan.
Goia here to the near side for quick ball. Has a one-on-one situation if Austin can find him, but instead keeping it tight.
Jordan will scoop it up.
That's fine.
Able to dot it in. And for the second time today, the Elite are able to strike.
They stood first.
No, you.
Fantastic work from Austin. The big boys up front. The scrum does its job. So Jodat just waiting. The ball eventually comes out and able to get across and down. Bided his time. Rewards himself and his team with the 5.
It'll be a challenging angle for Villaseca on the conversion try. But the Elite, once more, able to pull themselves within a couple of scores.
As we've seen all season from Austin, the fight, the never say die attitude. They get down in a hole, they continue to battle. They have enough time to dig themselves out.
Villaseca will try to pull them back within a dozen. On the money.
What a break.
What a nice job he has done now here in the second half. Speaking of second half, we are midway through in New Orleans. At the moment, the Gold hanging on to a 2-score lead as we've reached our final hydration break.
I wished I could tell my daughter to go play outside, but every time she coughed or wheezed or suffered, it scared me. And weekly allergy shots were just as scary. Scarier for her.
I used to start my day ready to take on the world, but every change in temperature or rain or wind triggered something in my head. Itchy, watery eyes, headaches. I was miserable, no matter what the season. I couldn't breathe. It was like having a cold all the time.
And even if she was okay with weekly allergy shots, who has the time? Between school, work, and family, no one has time to go to the doctor every single week.
A buddy of mine said I had to go to Texan Allergy.
Then we went to Texan Allergy. Drops from Texan Allergy are so easy, so simple. And best of all, they work. Allergy relief that doesn't affect our schedule.
Who could imagine something as simple as drops could change my day-to-day happiness? Texan Allergy put the quality back in my quality time.
Texan Allergy, changing lives one drop at a time.
Okay.
Well, a second half adjustment paying off for Austin at scrum half. Jordan able to dot it down. The man with the master's degree. Masterful finish as, again, Austin is still in the conversation. If not for the full 4 points, they're trying to get another bonus point. back on the table, but this is an Austin side that still could very well find themselves with a road win today. That would be an elusive win here in this 2019 campaign. Kit, last year a slow start for Austin, but they really found their stride. A lot of it at home last year on the back end. They were hoping that would be the case again this year.
You're right, they had that back end schedule last season. The opposite this year. They played all the home matches early in the season. They'll be on the road to finish things up. Austin, a nice response to that. The conversion of Vila Seca. Austin playing for pride, looking for the victory, and trying to prove to themselves and their fans what they can do. They may be out of the playoff hunt numerically speaking, but still matches to play and good rugby coming from Austin.
Remember, Austin was not eliminated from the postseason last year until the final match of the year, when actually Houston went to Utah, was leading Utah, but with a late comeback from the Warriors claimed that final spot in the postseason at the expense of the Elite. It was the one time Austin probably was rooting for that other Texas side.
Brennan NOLA, this could have been a trap game. You know, they're looking ahead at that match next week against San Diego, but so far they've been able to keep their focus on the visitors from the Lone Star State.
We heard a little talk about that matchup, but everybody for the most part focused on the match at hand against an Austin side that managed to get here. The question is how much strength would be on those legs.
And a good accounting of themselves from the Elite.
Goldie.
Away, circuit.
NOLA loves to have the ball. They like to starve their opponents of possession. As talented as they are offensively, difficult to keep up in a shootout with NOLA Gold.
Miscue. Opportunity. But tracking him down from behind, and the support, no connection made. The Elite had traversed all but the final 6 meters. And that might sum up 2019.
Vila Seca found it, an interception. He was off to the races, nothing but green grass in front of him, but just not enough left in the tank for Andres Vila Seca. Looking skyward as he was caught from behind, couldn't find the offload. What a change that would have gotten Austin right back in this match, but instead it's the Gold fans that are on their feet cheering.
So often we talk about an offense delivering a dagger in a match to put it away. This time a defensive stop, nobody giving up.
Fantastic work. Blewett tracking him down from behind. 15 meters behind Vila Seca, but able to get there.
It's forgivable that Tristan right now still trying to catch his breath.
You talk about offense, you talk about tries scored, the offload, stepping, all those beautiful things people like to see in highlights. That is as important, if not more so, than any try Blewett will score. An absolutely fantastic job defensively, all heart from Tristan Blewett.
Well, Philip Hansen's going to come on now for Austin, the most recent substitution off the bench today.
Hansen, a local product, so to speak. Former Texas A&M Aggie.
You can say that outside of Texas. If this were an Austin home match, I think you'd get a few dirty looks.
It's an offensive tackle. Play on.
Well, the fans have been on their feet ever since, applauding the defensive effort on the opposite end of the pitch. They were looking for it to end in points here. Still an opportunity.
Both these teams want the opportunity to catch their breath.
5 goal substitution.
Covered a lot of real estate over the past minute.
I think we're right here. Jimmy, come on. Yeah, I think we're in the middle.
One thing the NOLA fans have been treated to all season long. High-flying rugby, a team that likes to move quickly. It's fun to watch.
At least it's dry.
At the backs they do, you can play that style.
John Sullivan, Michael Baska, both will come on for Coach Nate Osborne.
Nate Thompson coming off, as will Holden Younger.
And the Gold, who are still in the match, trying to give their fans a few more opportunities to cheer over these final 13-plus minutes.
Reset scrum, cool guys. Reset scrum. Find your balance. I give you a new mark.
Question is, who has more left in the tank for this final press?
Hold on, guys.
Fast and furious, hot and humid. A lot of energy being expended on both sides.
Let's go. Eat him up. Keep him out.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Austin forced to play out of their own 22.
Good job. Yes, it's for that I'm waiting.
And a pause here.
Time off, guys. Head. Up. We start to go down, and after 2 players came this on my side. Up, and after they stop.
So we're up. So we're just coming up.
Yes. Stay on this side. If they are better than you,
trainers wisely taking any opportunity
they
to
will
get
not have penalty.
hydration out to the players.
Are you okay?
It was just yeah.
It's fine? Sure?
Yeah.
Perfect. Time on.
Well, during that kick, we almost lost a water boy.
14 blue.
Heads up at all times, especially when Avila Seca is putting boot to ball.
So Erasmus, your new hooker here for the lineout.
John Erasmus, the South African former U20 heavyweight boxer. Also making another change as well. Aiden McMullen coming in, taking over at right wing for Reese Arnecki.
Banguia, your safety valve, able to get it.
Billy Stewart giving chase. He already has one try. He was looking for a second.
That's Sun again, sticking around to watch the closing minutes of this one as it breaks its way through the clouds. Gold have already broken their way through the Austin line a few times today, including Doty, who has one of the tries.
Nice hands there from Ignacio Doty. That pass not intended for him, but the deflection ends up with him. Good tackling from Austin. Austin, who's been back defensively for most of this match, starting to take its toll.
No hands.
Bailey again. Don Bailey, as he has all match long, laying the lumber.
Yeah, got it. Advantage offside, 18 blue.
Both these teams are going to sleep well tonight.
Here's some ice baths taken after this.
New Orleans may have the better dreams of the two.
7, not running away.
Out on the wing, nothing doing for Feeks. And ultimately in touch.
Yeah.
Hey. Right now, Striffler.
Hey. There.
And Fongoia just exchanging some pleasantries. Or pardon me, Villaseca.
Villaseca's had a fantastic game for Austin. Give him a lot of credit.
We wait him.
Inside center. He's played with heart. He's done it with the boot.
7,
played well
not running
defensively.
away. After the kick, when we go on line out. Don't touch. Be careful. 7. Where is he?
Gold looking to put more pressure on the Elite.
Noel is able to come up with a try here. Got to imagine this will all but ice it.
And we may have a blood sub here.
First time John Erasmus has had a bloody nose.
And he's determined to stay in.
They have a sub. Ed.
Malcolm is
They have a
wondering
sub.
whether
Sub can
he
come.
needs to come on.
He's out of the field.
Peter Malcolm, who got the start, and one of the few exceptions for re-entering a match would be in the event of blood.
Austin has made all their substitutions.
Okay, perfect. Time on!
Need for a sub here.
No, play on.
The same man who a moment ago was getting some help but determined to stay in. Again, Erasmus.
Not releasing. Not 10, 12. You are not at 10, number 12.
And Austin's going to be up a man.
Hey, guys, can you calm down and keep your self-control because everybody's talking to me?
Nola issued the yellow card, a man headed to the bin, and Austin will be playing with a numerical advantage for the remaining 10 minutes of this one. It'll be Con Foley, inside center, who saw yellow.
And you talk about Con, a guy who's made the successful transition to 15s. 6 years with the Australian Sevens, including those Olympic Games in Rio. But he'll be a spectator, like hundreds of others, for the final moments of this match.
Use it!
Go, Billy!
And another ball spilling loose.
Gire unable to hold on, and Nola back with it.
As the knock-on will bring it back.
Knock on blue.
And concern now for Ben Mitchell, your captain last year, first team all Major League Rugby for Austin, one of the real bright spots.
You are captain now?
He's been their stalwart all season long, leads by example, real leader and face of this side on and off the pitch.
Just for them are not being able to play.
Eric Howard with most recent ovation as the man who got the scoring started for NOLA today comes off.
Josh Larson, his mate there on the second row, wondering if he's going to have to come back on.
And Mitchell, the Irishman. Big Ben.
No, that's fine. We have to wait. Time is off.
Out of Cork, Ireland. Started playing when he was 6. His father, like so many players, his father played. So, well, you want to do what your dad does, you follow suit.
I like that Ben has had a taste of being a head linesman. He can appreciate what some of our men in pink are going through. As he's helped out in the past, the Gentlemen of Aspen Rugby Football Club.
I don't know if there's a lot of back talk at the Gentlemen of Aspen.
He holds that midsection as he comes off.
Who's the captain now, guys?
And,
who's the captain?
Well, even the Austin players not immune to ovations from the knowledgeable fans here in New Orleans.
The NOLA fans know good rugby when they see it, and they know Mitchell one of the best, not just on the pitch today, but in the league. And he's had a fantastic outing, as he does most matches.
Remember, Austin is up a man right now, and will be for the rest of this match.
It looks like Josh Larson, who'd come off as a substitute, may have to come back on. We'll see. Austin.
Look, second. Yeah, keep it tight. Yeah, keep it tight on there. Here from the ground, Cam. Here from the crouch.
This is where the depth of squad comes into play. We mentioned it numerous times in the first half, and you see it plainly here. NOLA, so much talent coming off the bench, fresh legs. Austin trying to get through the match without any more injuries.
The scrum will get a second bite at the apple here.
Guys, okay? Yes, of course. Staying with you. Closer, guys.
Michael Baska now, your scrum half to close out the match. Austin's going to have a quick turnaround. They play Thursday in Canada, Lamport Stadium, downtown Toronto, Ontario.
We were told they're on an early morning flight out of New Orleans back to Austin in the morning. They'll be in Austin for 24 hours before heading up north. A lot of rest for the Elite.
Gold looking for more. Already, in all likelihood, 5 points being added back to the table as they will look for at least the evening to reclaim the top spot. You and I will see the Legion against Toronto tomorrow when the Gold will become fans of the men north of the border.
That's going to be a fantastic match. Legion, the hottest team in Major League Rugby. Toronto's been great at home. Anticipate fireworks when those two get together.
Well, Eric Howard had that opening try at the 2:08 mark in the first half. The Gold have not trailed today. Austin made it interesting, down by 2 scores. Able to punch one in right before halftime. They find a second half try as well, but the Gold already with 4 tries today. Business as usual.
Play on.
Well, you can get the quick start, but you need the support to be there.
You see the fatigue on the part of the Austin players. Larson going ahead, but nobody in support of the number 8.
A lot of hands on hips.
No heads. Play on.
Oh, perhaps a fortunate break for Villaseca.
That one back between his legs.
Threw off the timing of the Gold.
No hands, guys.
Austin with
Just
2 tries. Stuck on 4 points in the table.
And Austin didn't do themselves any favors, giving up that first try just 2 minutes into Howard. Had to play from behind the entire match, and that is never going to be the recipe for success against a team like NOLA.
And one of those lost bonuses was right here on this pitch back in March.
No.
With another try and keeping NOLA off the board, perhaps they could repeat that accomplishment.
Play on
but they were hoping for more today.
Play on.
Sprint down the far touchline. That Gold defense was disciplined for a moment. The Elite, and they will stay in touch back at the 5.
No, you're in front.
Austin thought they had a try. Instead, just a toe on the sideline. Another missed opportunity for Austin.
That's really more of an unforced error.
You've got that chance. You're going down the line. You can't get across. You step out. We've seen these miscues from Austin in the match.
Blue. Come on.
Pursuit was there, but you've got to take the contact and have to figure out a way to get across without going out.
Instead, it's a line out for NOLA. Twice today, we've seen Austin on a breakaway run come up 5 to 6 meters short.
First time, Blewett, fantastic job tracking down Villaseca from 15 meters back. Villaseca thought he was in for a try, no doubt. Blewett had other ideas.
And on the scoreboard, that's your difference right now.
19.
Precarious situation for the home side.
It's touch. Derek, it's touch. Okay.
And they will rule this ball in touch.
Excellent call.
Excuse me, rather, I believe that was McMullen. Aiden McMullen, one of the new additions, tried to say that he just was able to flip it back in.
Well, New Orleans has had a nice view from the top of the table all season long until last week when, well, the schedule makers told them, take a break, take a breather. San Diego, the rest of the league, all in action. The Legion able to claim the top spot. But NOLA Gold with a match in hand, still sitting pretty. And on their way to a full 5 points today, so it would appear.
Couldn't have asked for a better bye week. You're 3/4 of the way through the season. You're getting into crunch time, those final matches. Had the bye week last week, coming off that tough loss, the one-pointer against the defending champions. Really able to get their head straight and get some people healthy.
You have to release.
They're going to bring it back, as indicated again by our referee, Paul-Henri Corbier.
He's not tackler, he's assistant tackler. He comes directly and he grabs him.
NOLA, one eye on the clock.
Jojo Tico Suva presumably will have a chance to come on after re-signing this fall. He looks to be the next substitution.
Goal? How many?
His great Fijian roots growing up in Sacramento, and he does emerge here in the final minutes. Remember, New Orleans is playing down a man.
Hey, Allen, block them. Block them. Number 10, zone. Zone. Perfect. It's good.
Erasmus will feed the elite line out here. Bailey, one try today. How much gas is in the tank?
Advantage over for Clocon.
Blewett made some big defensive plays, but of course is known for offensive touch as well.
No.
And after a little game of volleyball,
it's not a yellow card, just a penalty.
We'll have a halt in the action.
18. Tackle without the ball. 18 blue.
An offside call against the elite.
On TV.
One more play?
Ed. Thank you. Yeah. If you kick directly, you
and
play.
In all likelihood,
kick,
when we resume the next time the Gold opt to send a ball into touch, this match is over. And with that, New Orleans is back atop Major League Rugby. 26-14, a sweep of the elite here at Gold Stadium this year. When we come back, a chance to talk to the victorious and league leader Gold here in the Big Easy.
wished I could tell my daughter to go play outside, but every time she coughed or wheezed or suffered, it scared me. And weekly allergy shots were just as scary, scarier for her.
I used to start my day ready to take on the world, but every change in temperature or rain or wind triggered something in my head. Itchy, watery eyes, headaches. I was miserable, no matter what the season. I couldn't breathe. It was like having a cold all the time.
And even if she was okay with weekly allergy shots, who has the time? Between school, work, and family, no one has time to go to the doctor every single week.
A buddy of mine said I had to go to Texan Allergy.
Then we went to Texan Allergy. Drops from Texan Allergy are so easy, so simple. And best of all, they work. Allergy relief that doesn't affect our schedule.
Who could imagine something as simple as drops could change my day-to-day happiness? Texan Allergy put the quality back in my quality time.
Texan Allergy, changing lives one drop at a time.
Well, the Gold never trailed in this one. They lead almost wire to wire. That opening score in the 3rd minute from Eric Howard would put them out in front and in pursuit of the top of the table, where they will go to bed tonight, leading Major League Rugby once again with the full 5 points tonight. Let's check in with Austin Ivan. She's with our man of the match.
I am with the man of the match, Ignacio Dottie. How did your offense get going so quickly in the second half to extend your lead and break away from Austin?
Yeah, we know that we have very good backline, so we trust them that they can make the difference in the second half. That it's a very important time of the match to break the other team.
The game was originally supposed to be in Austin and then got switched to New Orleans because of field restrictions. How did you take advantage of this extra home game?
Yeah, always. Playing at home is very good. We can sleep at our houses the night before, and we can train until the day before here. So I think it's a great advantage, and more in this stage of the competition that is very tight in the first position, so it was a great advantage.
Last time you played Austin, it was a much closer game. It came down to the very last second. What changes did you make to ensure this game was not as close?
Yeah, the last match, we knew that we had to play 80 minutes. The league is very competitive. Every team can damage you, so we respect every team, and we knew that we have to play 80 minutes to win.
With this win, you now move into first place in the MLR standings. What do you take away from this game as the postseason approaches in a few weeks?
I think that we have more confidence now. We have 2 games against San Diego. That is the other team that is fighting with us. So I think that winning and with a bonus point is very good for the rest of the season.
Well, congratulations. Nacho is what your teammates are calling you. Good win today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Austin, thank you, and congratulations to Ignacio, again, our man of the match, brought to you by MVP Index. Let's show you the table. These are updated with the full 5 points kit for New Orleans, as they have to like the view at the top of the table. Of course, San Diego will have a chance to answer tomorrow against Toronto.
That's it. And how big is that match going to be at Toronto? San Diego up to take on the Arrows. But for right now, NOLA Gold back atop the standings.
Well, as has been the case just about all season long, fortune favors the Gold here in the Big Easy. New Orleans back in the driver's seat here in Major League Rugby, victorious against the Austin Elite today. 4 points for the win. A bonus again. Business as usual. Try again here in New Orleans.